idea of what acupressure is good for. It relieves so many different common complaints. It's especially effective for relieving stress and relieving pain. But in saying so, I want you to note that if you have a medical condition, a life-threatening condition, you should see a doctor. Acupressure is not a substitute for medical care. But acupressure can be a great complement. According to traditional Chinese medicine, there are acupressure points and acupressure formulas that are good for so many common complaints, such as allergies. If you have an allergic reaction, there's a great acupressure point you can press, and I've actually shown that to you. Between the thumb and index finger, which most people know is good for headaches, it's great for relieving an allergic reaction. Acupressure is also helpful for skin disorders. If you have rashes, hives, particularly if your skin disorder is related to stress, acupressure can help you. And in traditional Chinese medicine, we work with the lung meridian and large intestine. Acupressure is also helpful for insomnia. If you have insomnia, the acupressure points on the ankles they calm the body and they'll help you to get to sleep. Acupressure can be very helpful for reducing arthritic pain. There's 100 different types of arthritis. One of the major anti-inflammatory points is right between the thumb and index finger. And if you have an aging client, you'll want to show them not only that point, but there's 12 other anti-inflammatory points. And each area of the body that has a joint can become arthritic. Arthritis is just joint inflammation, and acupressure can be really helpful for relieving pain in the joints for your clients. Acupressure can relieve and be very helpful for fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome. Now, in these two conditions, we use the acupressure points with gentle touch. And by doing so, you can really help your clients. There are several acupressure points for fibromyalgia. Actually, the tender points that diagnose fibromyalgia are acupressure points. Did you know that? I mean, medical doctors that diagnose fibromyalgia call them tender points. And when you look at their chart, they are acupressure points. When you hold them lightly, it releases the pain. It's great for your clients. The same thing is true with chronic fatigue syndrome. And often when your clients have fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue, they have the other. And that's why I'm talking about both of them together. For chronic fatigue, there are acupressure points that boost the energy, that give you greater vitality. Acupressure is effective for relieving neck pain, chronic tension in the neck, stiffness in the neck, shoulder pain, shoulder bursitis, back pain, mid-back, lower back. There are local points and distal points which trigger a relief for these areas of the body that so many of your clients will have. Depression is an emotional blockage that so many people have, and acupressure can be very helpful on so many levels. There's liver points, there's lung points. Just being able to breathe deeper can relieve minor depression. Hot flashes. As a woman ages and she needs hormonal balancing, acupressure is there to help to open up the flows of energy and can actually balance body temperature. For instance, we use the triple warmer meridian. Triple warmer, too hot, to adjust body temperature. We also use the great regulator to regulate body temperature. This is so great for a woman who's menopausal. Knowing the acupressure points around the eyes can be very helpful for eye strain. Did you know that for hundreds of years in China, they taught the children the points around the eyes because it benefits their eyesight? The ears, for earaches, there are specific acupressure points around the ears, and then distal points. Wrist pain, carpal tunnel, there are specific points near the carpal tunnel that are really great. It's not instant. You can show your client, though, self-care techniques that will help them tremendously and even prevent surgery in the wrist by using it, by using acupressure. I mean, it's great. Headaches, even migraines. There are specific points, like underneath the base of the skull is the gates of consciousness. These are the points that open up energy through the brain. When you've got a headache, and I just want you to know that there's a lot of different types of headaches, so there's different acupressure formulas for it, and it's just so great to know. I mean, you can massage the shoulders and the neck, but to really know point formulas for headaches is a real lifesaver. There's a whole series of acupressure points that prevent and relieve constipation and irritable bowel syndrome. Labor, delivery, nursing, birthing. There's acupressure points that can relieve pain during birthing. And afterwards, there's acupressure points for lactation. For instance, the breast window, which is easy to find, easy to hold. You can do it yourself. You can show your clients. It's really great for women to know this, to know acupressure for balancing their hormones. Infertility, impotency, premature ejaculation. There are important acupressure points, for instance, in the lower back, in the belly, in the pelvic region. You know, a lot of people don't talk about these problems. It's very private. But when you know acupressure, people will ask you, and you'll be able to help them. For memory and concentration, there's acupressure points that are really great, but I have a hard time remembering them. No, really. The points in the temples, for instance, there's points all around the skull that are brain tonic points. We don't have to be forgetful. If you know acupressure, you can really help people who are aging, who have difficulty concentrating. Acupressure is just very rewarding. Also for mental health, for the respiratory system, for difficulty breathing, for asthma. Acupressure is a gem. There's points in the chest that can help a person almost immediately. There's points in the upper back that release these points in the chest. Acupressure is very helpful for difficulty breathing and asthma. For facial pain, whether it's TMJ, sinus pain, frontal headache, or a toothache, there's points for that. For swelling, water retention, excess body weight, edema, acupressure works for this, for balancing the body. For irritability, frustration, and even dealing with change, there are acupressure points that can really help people cope with their stress. If you think that you have a cold coming on, or if you have a client, there's acupressure points that can boost your immune system. In fact, when you're getting a little bit achy, there's acupressure points at the tip of your shoulder blade that can nip it in the bud. If you have nausea, motion sickness, from whatever source, acupressure works. It's very, very easy to do. The point is on the inside of the wrist. You press it for 2 to 3 minutes and bingo, you feel so much better. Your stomach will feel just a lot more settled. It's a good thing to know. these are just some of the common complaints, and there's well over 40 of them that acupressure can relieve. And once you know the points, you have a toolbox that you can use for self-treatment and also to help heal others.